What's going on? Well, everything's going all right. We're supposed to meet tomorrow. I messaged her. She's busy working right now, so I don't want to get in her hair. She's doing all right. We've been messaging each other, here and there. And I can use the company. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I don't want to get my hopes up or anything like that. I just want to try my best to just do what I have to do, I guess. At this point right now, like everything is like in a whirlwind. My friends and my neighbors have been calling me and texting me like crazy, because they haven't seen me walking outside in the past few days. I've pretty much just locked myself up here at home, and then one of my one of my elderly friends and neighbors messaged me. She's like, Mr. Walter, I'm going to talk to you like I'm your mom. I want you to get out of your apartment, come out, sit outside for a little bit. You need a break. And that's exactly what I did. I loaded up the cooler and went to go sit by her for a couple hours. I went to Sam's Club yesterday. I filled up my gas tank. And bought myself those big bags of the teriyaki beef jerky. I bought some of those brand new protein Doritos, and those things are hit and miss, unfortunately. I don't know if you've seen them in Walmart and stuff like that, but the protein Doritos, they're really, really crunchy, but they're really like salty. There's like something off about them. I wouldn't say I'd recommend them, but this is crazy. Like YouTube is running ads on my damn freaking channel, and I haven't seen any revenue. What else is new? It's like everything else in my life, at me getting ripped off. Guys, if you can do me one huge favor, because I'm trying to get back into the groove here. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that like button, subscribe, and check out the two links in the description box below. One is to my coffee link if you want to make a small donation to the channel, and check out my eBay store. I actually have, at the time of this live stream, I have 6 orders I need to get out the door. I like to try to do that today. I had a late start today because I haven't been sleeping proper. I didn't sleep last night all that well. So I got a very late start today. I did list some sports cards over at my eBay store. I'm trying to motivate myself to doing that. I think I only listed maybe like a handful of cards today. Once I get these orders out to the post office, I'll try to get a couple more because, we're at the end of the month and then the clock will reset. So I think I still have like 60 slots that I can fill. And I want to try to get a majority of those Topps Chrome black cards listed, at least as far as some of the base cards. I did list one of the autos today. I'm waiting for, I got brand new fragile labels that came and scanned before delivery labels. Those showed up. I'm running short on, for the first time in a very long time, I'm running short on the tamper-proof holograms. I got just these few left. I'm going to have to pick up another 200 Armalopes. I got a case of 100 true 7x5x1 boxes, which is good. I've used a couple already as it is, and those things are helpful so that this way I can save my customers on shipping should they order like anywhere between 12 and I think 24 cards of the maximum that I can fit into one of these boxes. So yeah, like I said, this one made me come outside yesterday, and we were sitting there and talking about all sorts of stuff, and then all of a sudden it just started raining out of nowhere, and talking about a lot of stuff that's been going on with me. My other Well, my other really good friend was texting me yesterday, who lives right across. You know, it's just a very, very, it's been a very emotionally taxing time for me. You know, I'm wearing the brand new, this is the brand new Jackson Dart corrected jersey. I actually did a YouTube short about this jersey. The other one I sold off, that one was a size 48. This one's a size 44, so it fits me a lot better. But if you look at the back with the Jackson Dart on the reverse, it's actually corrected, which is good. It's nice and straight the way it's supposed to be. Not off to one side like that other one was. So, but that's how it's supposed to look. So at least I got that going for me. And I can tell you guys, still not really feeling all that great. I'm not doing good at all, actually. I have not been sleeping properly. I weighed myself in today. I came in at 188 pounds. That's probably the lowest ever in many years that I've weighed, and it's due to stress. It's due to stress, and I've been fighting my own pride and ego because I've got those new medications to help me sleep at nighttime, and you know, my body's been struggling to sleep lately. And then when my body simply can't tolerate it no more, that's when I finally crack and I take one of them. Like this morning, I think I went to bed like around maybe 5 o'clock in the morning. And I think I got all of 5 or 6 hours of sleep, not even that if I'm lucky. So that's what stress does to you, unfortunately. I've got so tired of a lot of things that it's worn me out now. It's completely worn me out. And what's even worse is that yesterday I thought I had this other woman blocked. If any of you have WhatsApp, you'll know what I'm talking about. She actually messaged me, and I let her have it. And thank God I had witnesses around me to see this, because I'm like, you see, I don't lie about things like this. This is the woman that I had here with her son, and now she unblocked me on WhatsApp and then found me on WhatsApp again. And we had a big blowout, a big argument. I'm like, how dare you? And like, it just, all this stuff came out of me, you know? And even my neighbors are dumbfounded by what was going on, because they're like, this is what you've been going through? And I said, yes, this is exactly what I've been going through. When people taking me for granted, using me, attacking me, taking advantage of me. And they saw the whole thing unfold in front of their faces over there. It's so disgusting. Like, she's like claiming she's in Atlanta. It's because she's running from ICE. That's why. She's running from ICE. Because as soon as I said it to her, if I track you down and I find you, I'm reporting you to ICE. You lied to me about who you were. You told me at the very last second about who you were and what you were. You used me to get things for your son, and you didn't tell me what was going on, and I had to find this out through pomp and circumstance. Now she's claiming she's in Atlanta, and she sent me a photo of some guy that looks like a typical Home Depot day laborer in the back of a pickup truck looking to mow your lawn, like one of those types. I'm sorry to stereotype and judge, but those are the photos she sent me. And then she had the audacity to change her profile photo into a profile photo of her son, to try to manipulate me into not saying what I was really feeling. If I see you in my town I promise you, I'm going to report you to ICE for what you did to me. Yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Hold on, I'm getting the cha-ching sound. Usually that's a good sign. Bill Mazeroski, Blue Mini Diamond. So, okay. I actually got that right here, I think. Bill Mazeroski, right? It's a lot, man. It really is. It's just like, I didn't ask for this shit. You know, we were sitting there yesterday and talking, and everybody who I know has been saying it. Like I have a reputation around here being the card man, you know, and normally, like, everybody watches me walk back and forth with my envelopes and my packages for eBay, and I haven't been doing that. You know, I've been putting off a lot of my orders and then hopping in my car and then just, like, not stopping to say hi to anybody, which has they're not angry at me, but they're like, you know, why don't you talk to us? You know what? I'm one of those people that doesn't like to ask people for advice or help. I'm very stubborn and independent that way. But yesterday I broke down, you know, I let me show you. These are the big bags I'm telling you about. You know, I brought 2 bags to my neighbor's place, and you know, we sat there and we gobbled up 2 of these big not BJ's bags, Sam's Club bags of the beef jerky. You know, I bought us beer because she was nice enough to invite me to come over, and you know, we were talking about all this stuff. It's just like, what the fuck, man? Like, actually, I should put this Mazeroski over here so it doesn't get confusing. And we were talking about it, and like I said, all of a sudden my WhatsApp ringtone started going off, and it was this woman. I'm in Atlanta. I got a job. Yeah, you ran from Charlotte, North Carolina because you knew ICE was coming after you, and I had to find this out after the fact, right? You have no idea how much of a fucking fool I feel like. Because my stupid sense of morality, feeling sorry for people, I should have no, because that would turn me into an alcoholic, and I don't want to go down that road where I have to depend on substances to improve my mood. It's just right now, for the time being, my insomnia is in full swing because of the constant thinking, and then dealing with these personal attacks and all this bullshit. You know, people were looking at this stuff now and saying, oh my God, these people really fucking hate you, don't they? And I'm like, yeah, they do, and I don't know why. I wish I knew. I didn't start this. I'm not the one that started this. All I did was speak my mind because of the way I was treated at a fucking comic book convention by grown men and women. And that's when all the personal, I got 10 years of printouts in a box that I've been building up. That should the day ever come, I can say, I'm not the one that started this. Here's the 2 fake Facebook accounts. And I already know who created them. But I'm the bad guy, right? Like always. But when this woman, like, I'm sitting there, and my neighbor's like looking over my shoulder, and I handed the phone to them. I'm like, you think I'm kidding and making things up? Here's the phone, and you can see the message after message. And then you see a photo of some little Spanish man who looks like an overgrown man-child from one of those, you know, trabajo pickup trucks that you always see with landscapers and shit. Again, I don't mean to judge people, but I'm sorry, the stereotype fits. And they were all looking at him, and it's just like my ex-girlfriend's boyfriend and I actually had a meme that I posted on my community page that I did take down because I just don't want to think about it anymore. She's made her mind up, and clearly she doesn't give a shit about anything but herself. The man looks like a goon from the Popeye cartoons, and I'm a much better looking guy than that. Everybody's still been saying it. Even the woman I'm talking to, you know, she's been trying so hard to like get on my good side, and I've been and I knew this was going to happen. Where I'm going to, not that I'm resisting her. It's just for right now, like I just need a friend. You know what I mean? Even though, like, you know, we kind of jumped the gun there and started making out like little kids. Right now, I just need to be around good company and good people. I almost cut my finger open with that thing. That was close. I just need to be around good people right now. I don't need any more disappointment than what's already happened over the past now. It's almost an entire 2 years since all of this bullshit started happening. And, you know, to find out after the fact that she had some nerve to send me photos of her son. She really did. She had some fucking nerve. I don't want to hear it. I'm in Atlanta. Well, you're on the fucking run because ICE is looking for you. And then, you know, because when I first met this girl, she was telling me like the father of her kids is trying to take her kid away from her. And I don't know if it was a sob story that I fell for, or it was actually true, because the one day I went to go pick her up, the mother of the father of her kid, if you're following me with the timeline, was there with a fucking cell phone recording us. And I got out of my car and I took photos and video of her. Because if you're going to record me, I'm going to record you. I'm going to respond in kind. And now I'm beginning to wonder, after that incident, was there more to this story than what she was telling me? Because people just don't go out and start recording you for no reason, or start taking photos of you for no reason. That should have been, again, something was off even then, because why was she recording this woman and her son and me? It didn't make any sense. And being the type of man where sometimes I could be too observant for my own good, when I'm looking up at her and I got my phone pointed at her, I should have questioned myself right there. Like, why is she so intent on recording not just me, but this woman and her son? And now that this has happened, I'm beginning to wonder if maybe this woman is trying to take the kid away from the father. And that's what we were talking about yesterday. Is it possible that this woman was trying to use my place as a refuge because she's trying to keep the father? I've seen photos of this guy. I mean, I make fun of him because he does have that stereotypical look that you see in Home Depot with a lot of day laborers and stuff. And again, I don't want to stereotype people, but he has that look, just like the photo of the man that she showed me yesterday on WhatsApp. But I'm beginning to wonder now, with all of this being said and done, is she trying to kidnap the kid? And was she trying to use me to hide the kid from the father? And now I feel like a complete moron, because and I usually don't admit fault or wrong, but in this case, I was, you know, when we were talking yesterday, we were all talking, like I said, we're eating beef jerky and drinking beer and having some laughs, but it just seemed, and even my neighbor said it too, that it seems like she's trying to do something funny against the father of this little boy. And she sent a full-fledged photo of his face in the fucking car seat, nonetheless. In the car seat that I bought. I showed my neighbors the receipts, like I showed all you guys the receipts. I produced receipts. And I got the photo on my WhatsApp account right now that I screen captured and downloaded it to my phone. That the whole thing seems to be a plot to keep that little boy away from the father. Because if that woman was recording us, specifically, I got no intent. I mean, how could I put this, guys? I know what I want to say. I'm just trying to find the words for it. I don't think her intention was to record me. I think the intention was to record her actions around me. And I think that's what was transpiring that first day I went to go pick her up with the little boy. The first day I met her, she didn't have the boy with her. It was just her and I the entire day. From like, I forgot what time I picked her up in the afternoon, and we didn't go home until like 8, 9 o'clock at night. Something like that. But the next time I saw her, she had the little boy. No car seat, no stroller, maybe a backpack filled up with diapers and a little bit of formula. She had no formula for the fucking baby. I got the receipts someplace. I think I put them in my shelf in my paperwork over here. She had barely any formula for the kid. She had no diapers for the kid. So it starts to make me wonder now if what she said is true, because I did as an LLC. I ran a background check on the phone number that she used. It is in fact a phone number from Atlanta, Georgia. However, the phone number is unlisted, so there's not much I can really do. So if you go through like been verified or free people search or something like that, or whatever it is, the number does pop up, but it's unlisted, so it doesn't give you a breakdown. But the phone number does collaborate that she, in fact, has a number from Georgia someplace. And now she's claiming she's in Georgia now because the photos that she sent me and the photos of her son and with this other guy now. It makes me wonder is a few things. Is she trying to avoid a custody battle between the little boy's father and herself? Was she trying to use me as a refuge? Because if ICE, from what I've understood, that apparently the grandmother of her son threatened to report her to ICE, and I'm beginning to wonder if that's what sparked all of this in the beginning. That she's a runaway from all of this stuff. And it's nice that I got people in my life I can talk to about this off camera, especially when I'm sitting with the older folks. So I'm like, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Like, I almost didn't want to think it was real. And then when we all sat down and we put 2 and 2 together, and I have the same receipts I showed to all of you, and the photos and videos of her negligee, sending them, the whole thing was nothing but a fucking giant bribe to cater to my ego, to try to help her fucking run and probably take her son away from the father. That's what I think happened. That's really what I think happened here, folks. I think this woman is trying to run from the law. I think she's trying to hide from ICE. The number does come from Georgia somewhere, but it is an unlisted number. I use 3 to get off of my live stream and you're gone. Goodbye. So I'm going to continue to talk. So anyway, I did run a background check on the number, and it is a number from Georgia somewhere. Apparently she claims, because she sent me a photo of herself in like a white, one of those like medical, almost, it's not quite like a hazmat suit, but like one of those painters white suits, something very similar to that, like one of those bibs, the paper bibs, the temporary bibs with one of those hats like women use for their curlers, something very similar to that, with donuts and pastries and all that. I think that's what she sent me. So I would have to look on my phone again. I mean, like I said, I downloaded most of this just to make sure I protect myself from this kind of crap. But it really does seem like this woman this whole time has been trying to run away with the baby. I think that's what's happening. She said it many times. He's trying to. Oh, I have further evidence. I forgot. I completely forgot. Where did I put that? Because she had me go to the courthouse to try to file a restraining order against the father of the kid and to fight for custody. Here's the, I mean, I want to make sure because I know she did sign some papers when we were there at the courthouse. But again, I'm like a sucker. I fell for this shit. Here it is. So there's nothing in here, but this is the paperwork. This is the one in Spanish, right? And this is the one in English that I had to read. So they're petitioned to proceed as an indigent, which means you don't have the money, you can't afford a lawyer or anything like that. So you want the court to appoint you one. All of this, when you read into this stuff, folks, whether it's in Spanish or English, is the fact that if you go through the system and you get your, I mean, even the people that were there in the courthouse are saying that something like this, to get a legal representative for a child custody case is almost near impossible. Here, civil summons. It's all blank. Because I'm not a lawyer. I don't understand this stuff. I wasn't going to put my name on a piece of paper because then if I'm directly involved in this, I can get into trouble. That's why I didn't sign any of this stuff. Domestic civil action cover sheet. I forgot that I even had this thing. And it gives you a breakdown of how to fill this thing out and all that kind of stuff. So here it is. In General Court of Justice, District Court, Division, blah, blah, blah. Complaint for child custody or visitation. This is her paperwork that she forgot to fucking take that I, thank God, somewhere down the line, someplace in all this mayhem, that I held on to this stuff. And this is the English version of that. And the reason why she didn't fill it out, because I wasn't going to pay for it, $150 filing fee, which I know she doesn't have. Or at least at that time didn't have. So I am a sucker for falling for this shit. She overplayed her hand. I fell for her sob story. You saw the papers right there that are blank that we got at that courthouse. And when we sat there and we talked about this yesterday, it's clear that this woman is trying to probably take the son away from the father. And that's why that old lady that was on the second floor on the balcony there, where she came from with a little boy with no stroller, no formula, no diapers. She's a fucking thief, a liar, and probably, and I hate to even use the word kidnapper, probably kidnapped the kid from her father. Or his father, I should say, excuse me. And I feel like a fucking jackass for falling for yet another sob story. And now who knows where she is? Who knows where she is? And quite frankly, I don't give a fuck. I hope, especially in Atlanta. Atlanta has the headquarters there for ICE, from what I understand when I was able to look online. They're more likely to pick up her in Atlanta if that's where she is, or Savannah, or any of those freaking cities or places in Atlanta, or I keep saying Atlanta, it's a forced habit. In Georgia, excuse me, I should say Georgia. They'll be more likely to grab her there than they would in Charlotte, because Charlotte only goes to the courthouses. They go to the courthouses, they go to supermarkets like Compare Foods, they go to Home Depot and Lowe's, they don't go on the private properties. I think they're a little bit more aggressive in Georgia than they are here in Charlotte. So we'll see what happens, man. Yeah, I got to get back on track with everything, and again, to my viewer base, I apologize for all of this shit, because it's so disgraceful what's been going on with everything. And it's been very confusing to me because I never had anything like this happen to me before. And you know, at least now I had people who saw it with their own two eyes. My neighbors on the other side there saw her with me and the little boy. And when you see that paperwork and you put two and two together, I believe that this woman is either ducking and dodging ICE, was trying to get me involved with her personal fucking whatever it is that's going on with her. And then she had the nerve to message me yesterday. I went from, you know, obviously I am still not happy. I am not happy by the things that have been going on. But this one has forced me to go from feeling down as far as this situation goes and disappointment to I feel like a sucker. I feel like a sucker. I fell for a sob story. I saw that little boy and he's so beautiful and so adorable. He looks like a little Cabbage Patch doll when you see him. He's such an innocent little boy. Because I let my emotions get in the way of my logical thought processes and my powers of observation. When that woman was standing outside on the second floor on the balcony and recording her and recording us, and then this woman herself told me that, you know, oh, the father's a bad man and this and that and everything else. And then all of a sudden disappears on me and pulls this fucking stunt. And then blocks me on WhatsApp, calls the police on me. And then all of a sudden is bombarding me with all these messages on WhatsApp yesterday. And then I forgot that I had this paperwork here. You put two and two together. I'm a fucking fool. I'm a gullible asshole fool for allowing my fucking heart to be taken for granted and taken advantage of. And you know what the fucking trick was that she used was her son, and using her son as a human shield. I should have fucking known better. I should have known better. I really should have known better. I feel like a sucker. And it sucks because now you get stuck between a rock and a hard place. What do? You're dealing with a little innocent little baby who is paying for the mistakes of the adults. And when he was running around here, I bought him toys from Dollar General here. Really didn't spend a lot of money on toys. It's the other stuff that has me so fucking angry. In hindsight, I should have just taken everything back to the Super Walmart because of my business account and just got my money back. And she's sending me photos with the very fucking car seat I bought for this kid. I'm a sucker. I fell for it. I feel like a fucking jackass. I feel like a complete and utter jackass. Wow, it's already 4:30, man. I got such a late start today. I feel like a jackass, and I owe a lot of you a debt of gratitude because many of you saw something that either I didn't see or I refused to see. And what's ironic is I'm wearing a Jackson Dart jersey because I know what my belief system is, and everybody's attacking Jackson Dart for supporting Trump. Now I'm going to wear this brand new Jackson Dart jersey, just like the other jersey that I bought, like a badge of honor. What a sucker. I feel like a sucker. I feel like a sucker. I really do. I got suckered by, what's this here? The Shohei Ohtani sold for $30. And I have another one of those Shohei Ohtanis. I should really list it for what this one just sold for. Many of you saw this unfold. Many of you were trying to give me proper advice. I got so blinded by my emotions with this because of that little kid that how can you say no to a baby? And that's the trick that she used and people like her use. Sending me photo, and you saw the photos of the negligee that she was wearing in the screen captures of the videos that she sent me to cater to my male ego. Motherfucker, I feel like a sucker. I'm a sucker. I feel like a sucker. What time is it? A little bit after 4:30. I feel like a sucker. I let this woman cater to my ego. All the signs were there, and I didn't fucking see it. I didn't see it because I didn't want to see it. Because of that innocent little boy. This evil son of a bitch now is someplace, well, at least she claims to be in Georgia somewhere. What a sucker. What a sucker I am. I let my emotions get the best of me. I feel like an idiot. I really feel like an idiot. Once I'm done with this live stream, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to drop my orders off at the post office there, over at the 24-hour drum like I usually do. I might go take my car, load up the cooler again. I've been tailgating quite a bit lately because I just haven't really felt like being around too many people. I did have a big argument with somebody, not on the property here, but outside the property, because I'm tired of certain people's nonchalant, cavalier attitude that gets us surrounding neighbors into trouble or drags us into their bullshit. That's the last thing you need is disharmony, especially now in the middle of the summer when everybody wants to be outside and have a good time. Give me one moment here, folks. Don't go anywhere. I do got that Mazeroski card. I want to print out the itinerary for this. So give me 1 second, folks. Actually, never mind, folks. I just looked at it. They haven't paid yet. I mean, the auctions are over, but they have an automatic pay system set up, I think, for the next week or so. So I'm going to have to sit on these two. But since they're easy to reach, there's the Shohei Ohtani that just sold right there. That's the Topps Black. And I have another one that I'm sitting on. Anyway, I feel like a fucking idiot. I feel like a complete fool. This is all going to take time for me, folks. It's all going to take time for me to sort through all of this because, like, it's just what's racking my brain about this whole situation is like, I should have seen it. Now that all of this has happened and come to, hopefully it's done. Because I never want to see that woman again, because if I do see her, I will report her to ICE. I feel sorry for the little boy, though. He's the one that really grabbed at my heartstrings. But just think about the... Yeah, thank you for that. That's the new Jackson Dart jersey I ordered. Actually, on the channel, I did, to get away from this topic for a little bit. I actually reviewed this jersey, but Fanatics screwed it all up. Now I ordered that one in a size 48. It was just too big, and because I lost all that weight, a size large in a size 44, they call it, fit me a lot better. And the problem with the original one that I had, if you look on the back of the jersey, the Jackson Dart is nice and straight, whereas the previous one, the number 6 was shifted too far to the right. It was off center. So I took that jersey, listed it for auction, and whatever money I made out of it, I rolled it back into this jersey here, and it just arrived today. So I wanted to wear it to show it off a little bit. But this one is so much more comfortable, and I love this because of the elastic straps and everything, and it moves with you. It's a really nice jersey. Very nice. And thank God these were still on sale, too, over at Fanatics. And I had Fanatics cash, too, that I used. I actually have credit over at Fanatics and Lids at the mall. I have credit on... Sorry, I just got here. Were you talking about before? Just a saga that I really don't want to discuss anymore after today, but I'll kind of give you a recap. I started dating this woman recently, right here in town where I live, not realizing that she wasn't being forthcoming with me, and I found out after the fact. And turns out that she's here illegally. And again, me being the sucker that I am because of that little boy that she has, I didn't realize, like, I think she's running from the law, running from ICE, or trying to take the kid away from the father. Those are the blank pamphlets right there from the courthouse, because she asked me to go to the courthouse with her, saying that, oh, the dad's this, the dad's that, the dad's this. I'm afraid, I'm scared. The grandmother of her little boy was out there the second time I met her with a camera like this, recording the two of them. Not so much me, but recording us in the vicinity there. And I started taking photos and recording her back. If you're going to record me, I'm going to record you. So as time went on, they were here in my home. She didn't have formula. She didn't have bottles for him. She didn't have diapers. She didn't have a stroller, a fucking crib, a playpen, anything. And me, being the sucker that I am, I bought all of that stuff for her in one go, one swift stroke. They were delivering stuff to my home through Walmart's app, bum, 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 bum. And then all of a sudden she fucking ups and disappears. And I'm like, what's going on? And she started giving me all these weird stories and end arounds. Well, guess what? I don't need your opinion with this person here. Let's just block you because you're not listening and you just came in, so I have no use for people like you anymore on this channel, so goodbye. Anyway, with that being said, that this woman essentially took advantage of my generosity, and because I should have seen it, this right here was the MacGuffin. And if you know what the MacGuffin is, it's like the lightsaber in Star Wars. It's I guess you want to say the USS Enterprise in Star Trek. It's like the key weapon. It's like Indiana Jones's whip, the MacGuffin. I should have seen it. So I took everything and I wrapped it up, called her name over where she lives, left all the stuff there on her front door, and took off. And then she did what my other girlfriend did, claiming that I did all sorts of shit that I never did, but at least this time, I made sure that I protected myself from all of the false accusations that I knew she was going to make against me. And then all of a sudden yesterday, after days and days of her blocking me from her WhatsApp. My phone starts ringing off the hook because I'm sitting with my neighbors next door here. And we were having, like I said, I bought all these big bags of beef jerky. This has become like a town favorite now around here, the Sam's Club beef jerky. And I bought a case of beer for us. And, you know, she was nice enough to let us go sit down by her stoop there. And then all of a sudden my phone starts ringing and I'm looking and I'm like, it's my fucking WhatsApp account. It's this woman sending me photos of what looks like a Home Depot day laborer from the back of a pickup truck looking to mow your lawn. I don't care. I will stereotype because that's what he looks like. Saying, oh, I'm in Atlanta with this phone number. And I ran a background check on it. I keep saying Atlanta. I mean Georgia in general. Forgive me, folks. It's a force of habit. Keep sending me this thing from Georgia. And it is a number from Georgia, but it's not specific and there's no info on it. Sending me photos of her in like a white paper bib, white paper hat, in some kind of bakery or some shit like that. I found the job and you did this, you said that. Bullshit. She was trying to set me up to probably text her something out of context or misconstrued my answers to, you know, her statements that she was making. And I said, you know what, don't message me anymore. If you come to my town, I'm calling ICE and I'm going to report you to ICE. And when you put two and two together and you got all this stuff here, and that the grandmother of the little boy was taking photos and videos of us, I'm beginning to wonder now, is this woman attempting to kidnap this kid? Was she trying to use me and my home as a refuge to get away from the father of the child? Like, I started asking myself all these questions. And my neighbors, to their credit, made me open up my eyes to a lot of other stuff I didn't even consider. And then I didn't realize, I forgot I had this that her and I got from the courthouse. This is one of the things she wanted to do. And she made this guy sound like he was a DV. You know what I mean? And I fell for it. I fell for it all. I fell for all of it. What a sucker I am. That will never happen again. I will never allow myself to be told a sob story by anybody ever again. I'm looking at all this stuff here next to my desk. Sneakers, toys. Yeah, there's the new Father's Day World's Best Dad sneakers that came the other day. I wanted to review these on the channel. What a sucker. What a sucker. You know, I'm fed up with being a target for all this shit. And and in this instance, I didn't even notice that. Check this out. Oh shit. I thought these were broken already. It's a piece of cardboard. I just noticed that now for the first time. Okay. It's kind of neat. Well, when I do the review, if I ever do a review on these shoes, I'm going to leave that right there for now. This is awful, man. I went from feeling lost, confused, and depressed to angry, dumbfounded, and perplexed. That people are so fucking manipulative and so like just fucking warped and evil that you're literally using a child as a fucking human shield to get your way. Like, and that's the conclusion I have to make with all of this. And the only thing I can say to myself in response to all of it, I'm gonna have to really shield myself and protect myself from stuff like this from now on. I'm gonna have to protect myself and shield myself as much as I can from this sort of thing from ever happening to me again. I can't believe she had the nerve to send me fucking photos of her kid in that car seat. I'm a fucking sucker. This is worse than dealing with a drug addict. Drug addicts, at least they tell you what they're all about. You know what they're all about. But this type of manipulation I've never encountered. And that's another thing too. I'm usually very good with this kind of stuff, detecting and avoiding it. I've let myself down in this way because I really let my guard down. I'm so angry at myself because I let my guard down. I let this woman cater to my fucking ego. Sending me photos and videos of her in sexy negligee. I'm a fucking sucker. I'm a sucker. I'm gonna have to shield myself and protect myself a lot more from the fucking world at large. This world is awful, man. You know, I'm grateful that at least I still got good people in my life that, you know, are trying to protect me from this sort of thing. You know, and they open, you know, especially my neighbors over there, you know, they opened up my eyes to a lot of stuff yesterday. That's why I'm wearing this Jackson Dart jersey today. I'm not going to stop supporting Jackson Dart. I am a Giants fan, but now I want to wear Jackson Dart jerseys every day, like I did that with my Harrison Butker jersey when they attacked him. It's okay for Colin Kaepernick, a fucking third-tier quarterback who sucked at what he did. He took a knee and everybody kissed his ass. But you got somebody like Jackson Dart who supports Trump, all of a sudden he's a fucking bad guy. And I find that to be... And fuck Abdul Carter, by the way. He's another scumbag, leftist, idiot, jackass. It's okay to kiss Colin Kaepernick's ass, but look out for Jackson Dart. And now I'm going to wear my Jackson Dart jerseys as proudly as I ever did with any other fucking anti-leftist thing that I agree with. I mean, yeah, Trump does a lot of bad shit lately, especially with the tariffs and all that kind of stuff, but if that's one thing I'm sorry to say, and I have to say it, knowing this experience that I just had, which I've never dealt with before in my almost 50 years of life on this planet, I've never had anybody be so fucking cunning. I've never had anything like this happen before. But I guarantee you, if she, I will have her ass fucking handed to ICE faster than she can blink her eyes. This whole time, this fucking woman has lied to me from minute one. I'll have her ass handed over to fucking ICE. And a lot of you were right. Many of you who have been supporting me and watching all this unfold, a lot of you were correct, and I didn't see it. I was too fucking blind by that little boy. Clearly, this woman is probably evading law enforcement and probably evading ICE because she knows she's in fucking trouble. That's why she begged me to take her to the fucking courthouse. And I got the paperwork right there to prove it. Like the fucking sucker that I am. I'm looking at my dad's photo over there. I can already hear my father's voice if he was alive. Son, you're a fucking idiot. He would tell me that. He would tell me that. One thing I'll appreciate about my dad, he would tell me, you're a fucking idiot. Why do you not listen to yourself when you know something's out of place and something's wrong? But yet you allow yourself to fucking fall in deep with people that you should know you shouldn't trust. Now I know. Liar and a fraud. And probably evading law enforcement and probably evading ICE. Well, I've got their tip line on my fucking phone. And I've got the website bookmark. If I have to do it by hand, so be it. Fucking bullshit. I owe my viewer base a huge apology, especially those that saw something that I didn't see. Usually nothing gets past me. This did. And I feel like a fucking idiot. And none of you ever hear me apologize for things like this. It's very disappointing. I'm very angry at myself because I let her fucking cater to my ego. And it's like holding a fucking hostage in front of your face. That's essentially what she was doing with her son, is like putting her son in front of my face to make me feel bad for her. That's why I'm hoping tomorrow, if everything goes right, I'm really hoping, and again, God has a funny way of doing things, hopefully, I'm not sure what's going to happen tomorrow. I just need a breath of fresh air. I'm hoping that, this girl, well, I shouldn't call her, well, she's my age. She's like, what, 40, 47, 48, something like that. Her kids are older. At least this one was honest with me and straightforward and take it one step at a time. Because I know I need a fucking break. I need a break. I really seriously need a break. But many of you saw something I didn't see, and I now regret that I allowed my fucking emotions to cloud my judgment with this. I should print out those photos and show them to you, what she sent me. Making fucking powdered donuts or whatever the fuck she's doing. Quite frankly, I don't care. Let her choke. Let her choke on the fucking donut dust. What a sucker. What a sucker I am. And I let it happen. I let her cater to my ego. And I let her hold that little boy up to my face because he's an innocent fucking child. And this is what I get in return. Never again. A lot of you were right and I didn't listen. Many of you were right. I didn't listen. The look on their faces with my neighbors that I was sitting with when they saw that shit, they were all like, I just don't talk for the sake of talking. When they saw that, and I showed them the photos and those little stupid fucking videos of hers parading around in lingerie to cater to my ego. They thought I was kidding, and I wasn't. Jeez, Mr. Walter, you weren't kidding. That's right, I wasn't kidding. I don't lie like that. I have nothing to gain by lying like that. I'm glad somebody saw it, though. I think with this next eBay listing, I got to put some names out there. And that's what I'm kind of doing right now. I'm sorting through certain cards and certain names. But for right now, I want to get these eBay orders out. I need some fresh air, guys. And again, to anybody who was really, really turning the screws with me, you all saw something that I didn't see, and I wasn't willing to listen, and now I regret that. And I apologize to all of you. I really mean that. I'm angry at myself because I feel like a gullible fool. I feel gullible that I fell for that shit. And many of you were right, and I didn't see it. I hope you all accept this apology for that. I didn't know. I've been beating myself up with this. But now sitting with them and having a talk, and some of the posts you guys have been making, and some of the comments in the live streams, with the exception of the fucking unsympathetic idiots that are out there that continue to attack me without provocation. Many of you were right. I didn't listen. I did not listen. From the fucking the first sign of trouble, when that old lady was standing there recording us, I should have taken that as a sign right there that this is something I don't want to be. I shouldn't be in the middle of, and should not be involved with. But nope, me and my big heart, so to speak, got in the way and blinded me to the fucking worst aspect of human nature. Folks, once again, thank you. I really appreciate it. This has not been easy for me. None of this has been easy for me. It's been very difficult. You know, when you put your face out there in the public, when you're going through all sorts of stuff, people are either going to treat you like you're a laughingstock. People will understand you. People just don't give a shit. Or they are there because they simply want to be entertained because there's nothing else going on. For me, going through this and trying to learn the lessons from this one is going to sting for a little bit. But this motherfucker, shit, better not fucking cross my path, because I'm a sucker. Real sucker. Thank God I didn't fucking sign my name to anything. All right, folks, let me get these, because these customers, especially with that Shohei Ohtani, they'll probably wait, because they got automatic. I saw that the customers got automatic payments set up, so these will probably sit here for a couple days, but they're pulled already. But here are my latest eBay orders that I processed here in this live stream, so I'll get these out. I need to touch grass for a little bit. Maybe I'll go tailgate. I got my cooler sitting outside. Again, I'm sorry, folks. Many of you that have been following this were right, and I didn't listen. I didn't listen. That'll never happen again. And hopefully tomorrow when I meet up with this one, at least I know she's, like many of you said, legit. Legit, I think, is the buzz term. But This one's going to take me time to sort through and analyze, man. Anyway, let me get on out of here, folks. Again, thank you. I'm sorry. This one's going to hurt for a little bit. But if I do fucking encounter her, I promise you I will be the first one to drop a dime with ice. If I gotta go to the courthouse and stand there with a big white sign that says ICE, where are you? That's what I'm gonna have to do. Take care, folks.